Hello there. Oh, Denise, you're here. Are you already back from your appointment? Oh, you didn't go yet? Oh, you rescheduled. Good to see you anyway. I wasn't expecting, you're usually the first, but I figured it would be someone else. I wasn't expecting to see you. But I'm happy you're here. Yay! We'll wait and see if some more people jump on. Oh, there's a few people hopping on. Hello, everyone. How are you all? Hi, Kathleen. How are you? Hi, Terry. The gang's all here. Hi, Lisa. Lisa's watching on YouTube. Hi there. Good to see you. Yes, for those of you that watch me on Facebook, I don't know if you know this, but I stream to YouTube at the same time, which is kind of handy. Hi, Avis. Someone else on YouTube too. I can tell because you have the little red YouTube. Yeah, Kathleen, sorry to hear you've not been well. Hi, Candice. Good to see you. All right, well, how are you all? I hope you're all having a great week. Thanks for joining me today. So this is the last week of our current annual catalogue. Let's see, do I have one? Yes, we just have a few days left of this catalogue. It's probably backwards, but and then we get a brand new one. So if there's still items on the retiring list that you're wanting to get, then you just have a few days left. Let's see, 27th. So it's actually, the last day is May 2nd to get any items from the current catalogue. Of course, a lot of them are carrying over, so that's fine. Hi, Vicky. Good to see you. Of course, a lot of them are carrying over, but there are a lot that are going away too, which there's a lot that I'm sad about. I'm sad about the turtles. What are you most sad about in the annual catalogue that's going away? I think the turtles I'm very sad about. It's so cute with the matching punch too, and it has some really cute little punny sayings. So I expect that will stay in my collection for quite a while. And let's see, what else am I sad about? I'm sad about the Stitch So Sweetly dies, because I use those a lot. But we have some lovely new dies coming in the new catalogue. But what are you all sad about that's retiring? Let's see what else. Of course, the in colours, I'm sad about Misty Moonlight and Just Jade, because I do love those too. But I love the new colours also, so I'm kind of getting over that, over the colours. But anyway, so next week, some items from the brand new catalogue. Today I'm going to make a card that I made in my class on Saturday. Last Saturday I had class here. So anyway, I think I will go ahead and get started. I'll switch you down to my desk. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. And let me switch you. And if you're watching the replay later, thank you for watching. So let me switch down to my desk here. Oops, I'm a bit, there we go, a bit high up. So today I'm going to be, I put a catalogue on my page so that I can make sure I've got my zoom about right. Hi Vicky, sad to see Stitch So Sweetly. Yes, you'll continue to use them. Yes, I will definitely continue to use them on my own personal cards. It just means I can't use them in classes because I can't sell them anymore, obviously. Kathleen says, as much as she likes the old colours, she's really liking the new ones. Yes, me too. Orchid Oasis is already becoming my new favourite, I think. So anyway, so we made cards. Let's see, were they all out of this catalogue? Yes, they were. We made 3 cards out of this catalogue. So let me show you them. this was one that we made using the greenhouse bundle, and this was Kristen's card. So really pretty, and it had some lovely stamping inside too. This is such a fun stamp set to use. I hadn't really used it until this last Saturday, but it's a distinctive stamp, and it's really fun the way it stamps. And then I love this background die also. So here's the Fresh Fuchsia version, and this one is a Mother's Day card. So this I think would be a lovely Mother's Day card. Mother's Day is coming up in just a week and a half, right? Oh, this, look, it matches my nails almost. So this was one of them. And then this one was like a fancy fun fold. So here it is. Are you ready? This is the front. This is using the Grassy Grove bundle, and then when you open it, look at this. Isn't that fun? And so it's using the New Horizons designer series paper as well. So that was one version. And I will do a video for this, I promise, but I'm not going to show how to make it today. And then this was just a different color combination. This one is Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent. And then this one is Mossy Meadow and Pear Pizzazz. Oh no, let me see. Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive. I put it on the back because the backgrounds in the Horizons paper kind of have some different colors in. So yeah, so this is one. So I will do a video on it. I'm planning to do it over the next week. Probably not on my Facebook Live, but I'm going to do it onto YouTube, and I'll be sure to post the link onto my Facebook page. But and then there was an easier version for anyone that was a bit intimidated by all that, or wanted just something a little quicker or a different look. I did an all black and white one. So this is all black, memento black on the front with a little bit of silver embossing, and then inside just the black silhouette kind of die cut. And the nice thing about doing it with black is you could pick any of the colors from you know, that designer series paper. So this has got purples and blues and then kind of silver deer, and then this one you would just write on the back. So that was kind of the easier version. So anyway, I will do a video on that one. So the card we're going to make today, the third card, is this boat card using the Let's Sail Away bundle. So I'm going to show you how to make this. This is in the, let me show you the stamp set. It's on page 70, I think, in the mini catalogue. Yeah, here it is. And it's a stamp and a punch bundle. So yeah, and it's got what they call a punch builder. So I'm going to show you some tips. The punch builder, the builder punches are, there's a few little tips and tricks on how to use them, you know, effectively, and so you don't waste a bunch of paper or cardstock. So I'll show you that. And this one I thought, so here's the blue Night of Navy version, and then here's one that's got more of the real red on it. And I think this would make a birthday card, like congratulations for anything really. And then I think graduation, it would make a great graduation card too. And actually, as I was getting everything together, I thought you could make a baby card or a young child's card with it too, with some pastel colours. I think would be really pretty. So anyway, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to need is my Stamparatus, and we're going to do some stamping. And you can see this is the same template I had set up for my class this weekend, so it's well used. So I had classes Friday and Saturday, and as usual I forgot to take pictures. I'm really bad about remembering to take pictures in my class. Afterwards, when everyone's gone, I go, oh no, I didn't take pictures. So we're going to be using 4 ink colours. Thank you, Avis. 4 ink colours today. Balmy Blue, Grey Granite, Night of Navy, and Real Red. So I'm going to do the ocean with Balmy Blue. Hi, Carol. How are you? Nice to see you. So what you'll notice is that the template that I have here is a little bit bigger. And what we did in class is we actually used a bigger piece of cardstock and then die cut it. And the same with the tag. But just to save a little bit of time, I did the die cutting first. And I'll show you there's a little bit of a difference, but not very much really. So I'm just going to kind of put the magnet right at the top. And then I'm going to ink up my stamp. Now this stamp here is a background stamp, and it's called Gentle Waves. And this is it. Now it's a landscape stamp, and of course my card is portrait, and I tried to make it work so that my card was portrait, but I was determined to use that tag and it just didn't work. So it doesn't matter, it just means that you end up with a little bit of kind of white space at the top, which I think is fine. So I'm going to ink up, I'm going to put one of my ink pads under my Stamparatus. That just helps even things out a little bit. And then I'm going to ink up. Now what I found was if I inked up like this, I got kind of, can you see, kind of splodgy marks on the stamp. So what I ended up doing was just kind of dragging my ink pad across like this. Thank you, Carol. And then you get a nice even coverage, and also it makes it a little bit softer. It's not quite so dark. And then I'm just going to press all over, and I forgot to bring my little rubby tool, my pressure tool over, but I think I'll be all right. And I've still got some kind of little splotches. I might ink it up a little bit more. Maybe my ink pad needs re-inking. Let's just do it. Oops. Let's just do it a little bit more. You can do it as light or as dark as you like. There we go, that's better. There's a few uneven spots, but that's mostly going to be covered up. And then I'm going to take this tag. Now this is from the tailor-made tags. That big piece, by the way, was cut from the stitch rectangles, what are they called? Rectangle layering dies, I think they're called. Rectangle stitched framelits. And I used the biggest one. And then for the tag, I'm using this largest tag right here. And I've already got that die cut. And I'm just going to position that. I can kind of see where my stamp ends, so I can just decide how much white space I want. And I'm really not going to do much white space because I'm going to have it a little bit lower on the card. So I'm just going to kind of center it right there and ink this up again. Just drag it across. And I can't use the magnet, but that's fine. Obviously, I can't use the magnet, but... And there we go. That came out nice. Now, if you don't die cut it first, you can hardly see the difference, actually. Let me just close up my ink. And see if you can even... Yeah, you probably can't even see on camera, but if you don't do the die cutting first, you get a really good coverage around the stitching. If you do the die cutting first and then ink it, you get a little white line in here that doesn't get any ink on it because of the stitching. It's hardly noticeable, and you really can't see it on camera. So I thought for the sake of time, I would do my die cutting first. All right, so that's the Stamparatus done with. Put that away. All right, now let's do some stamping. So let's do the sailboat. Let me show you how I'm going to do that. So the punch is out. It's called a builder punch. Sailboat Builder Punch, and it punches out all three components of the sailboat at one time. And so what I did to make things, well, first of all, I'm also going to stamp all the images at the same time. And I'm sure a lot of you know this about the builder punches, but if you don't, I'm going to show you how to make sure everything gets lined up on the block in the correct place, so that when you go to punch, it all punches correctly. So what I do, and what I've made is I've made a little template, and I keep it in my stamp case so that it's ready to use anytime I need to use the stamp. So what I did is I punched out just from white cardstock. I just put this into here and punched, okay? And then I actually mounted it on a piece of black cardstock just because it's a little bit easier to see. And then what you're going to do is I'm going to do this for you so that you can see. I'm going to take these pieces, let me see if I can zoom in. I'm going to take the stamps and I'm going to line them up on the template right here. And sorry if my head gets in the way. The reason I like the black background is it's easier to see the edge of the stamp. And then you don't have to worry about what's behind the punch. So I'm just lining this up so that I've got it in the right place. And you want to do the boat and the mast first, otherwise it's hard to do if you've already done the sails. And then we'll do this sail, we'll do the same thing. I'll just line it up. And like I say, I'm sure some of you know how to do this already, but for those of you that maybe don't, then this will maybe help you. And you can just kind of move it until it's in the right spot. And then we'll do this one. Let's see, is that one far enough over? That mast needed to go over just a little bit. Sorry about my head being in the way, my hair. And I can just do this one so it's right. And then when you think you've got it all lined up, let me just turn this around so I can see here. I think that's good. Then you can just set your block on top and pick them all up. And then they should be in the right place for your punch. So we'll try it out. And then, like I say, I just keep this. I've got it in a little tiny plastic envelope, and I just keep that in my stamp set. That way I've always got it. So let's just try, I have a scrap here. Let's just grab my grey granite. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to try and line up my stamp. So it's, when I stamp, I'm going to stamp kind of like this, so it's the same angle as my punch. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp. And we'll just do kind of like a trial one down here. And then this should stamp, should be able to line up. And if it doesn't, then it's because I was trying to not get my head in the way too much. So there's one little sail. There's my boat. You know, I hung a blanket up over the banister, blocking the window, in the hope that would help with my dog barking, but apparently it didn't. So anyway, you can see those are pretty perfect. So that worked. So then what I did for my class is I made a little template. Everybody had a strip of cardstock like this, because we're going to stamp the boat 3 times. And then I did a little template so people could see how to stamp. So we're going to stamp 3 times because I want to do my boat kind of like this. I want to do the boat in grey granite and the sails a different colour. So we're going to stamp 3 times. First of all, onto the with the grey granite. And again, I'm going to line up my template. And that also kind of matches the punch, remember? So I'm going to line up like this. I realise I forgot my chamois, so I'm going to grab that quickly. So there's grey granite. I should be using a pad underneath, but it's okay. So I'm going to grab my chamois quickly. So have you all done this before with the punch builders? And actually I'm going to leave my grey granite open out because we're going to use that again in a minute. And then I'm going to do Night of Navy. Line up kind of the same. Oops, I think my mask, don't rub it too hard on the chamois. I think I just moved my mask a little bit, but it's all right. And then red. Real red. So grey granite, Night of Navy, and real red. And I'll just stamp this. Okay. Then while I've got the grey granite, Carol says, tried with the strawberry punch. Yeah, it is a little tricky. There's a little kind of technique to it. But hopefully this will help to show you how to do it. All right, we'll punch those in a minute, but first I'm going to, while I've got my grey granite ink, I'm going to stamp some little, you're welcome, Lisa, I'm glad you like that. I'm going to stamp some little seagulls onto my tag and onto my background. So with my grey granite, and I've got to make sure these are up the right way. This is a really tiny, oh yeah, there you go. It's a really tiny stamp. It's hard to see that they're there. So I'm just going to do some up here onto the tag, and then I'm going to do some onto the card base, maybe some over here too, just like that. And then I'm done with the grey granite, so I can put that away. All right, now let's punch out let's bring back the boats and the punch. So I should be able to punch. Now, if you were going to do this card, you only need to stamp it twice, once in red and once in blue, but because I'm going to do 3 different colours, so this one may not line up properly because I think I jiggled the, oh, it doesn't look too bad. I think I jiggled the stamp a little bit on the, when I was wiping it on the chamois, so try not to do that. This one. I might have stamped a little bit. Oh no, that's good. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it as good as you can. And then here's the last one. Yeah, so you can do that same technique with any Stamp Builder Punch. And if you keep it in your, if you're using it a lot, just leave it on the block. I lost you all for a minute. Did you lose me? Hello, is everybody back? Anybody there? My streaming stopped for a little bit. Hello, hello. I wonder what happened there. I'm sorry about that. I disappeared for a minute. Yeah, I got a message saying that my streaming had stopped, but it seems to be back. All right, so what I'm doing is I am just sticking these together. Good, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I actually got a message that said that my streaming had stopped and I had to hit the go live button again. So I don't know what happened there, but glad you're all back. Right, so you can see I'm just sticking these together quickly to give some more dimension, and I'll show you what it looks like on the card. And you could definitely use these on another card, or you could stick the sailboats on with dimensionals, but I kind of like the look that this gives, and it doesn't take long to do. And that way you don't waste those. If you're only making one card, you don't waste those extra. See, it's quite quick. You don't waste all those little extra pieces. So there I've got. Now, if you wanted to do this on that boat, on the boat that only had the two colours, the the blue boat with the red sails, or the red boat with the blue sails, whatever, red boat with blue sails, you could just stamp it twice, and then you could just punch out one white, just stamp the boat out in just white cardstock. And you can even use like scraps of cardstock that have stuff stamped on them already if they're going underneath. But this bit would be hard to put on with dimensionals, wouldn't it? So this way it just gives a little extra dimension. And then too, the other nice thing is if it's in the mail, it won't get flattened. And sometimes if you put things on with dimensionals and you don't put enough on, then you can get some saggage. Parts can get squished. So there's my little boat. So that just adds a little bit of dimension. I don't know if you can even see on this one, but it just adds just a bit more sturdy. But this is an optional step. All right, now I'm just going to kind of position my boats how I want them on here, because I've got to stamp the shadow. So I'll get my shadow stamp, and I'm going to use Night of Navy, but I'm going to stamp off. You could use Balmy Blue, but I kind of like the Night of Navy for a shadow. But I am going to stamp. Let me get a piece of paper. I'm going to stamp off once. Yeah, I like the colours too. Carol. They're kind of nice nautical colours, aren't they? So I'm going to stamp off once, and then I'm just going to kind of position this kind of right here, like that. But I was thinking that you could do, this would be really cute for a baby card or a young child's card if you did it like in their favourite colours, or maybe like pastels for a baby card. Wouldn't it be cute? All right, so let's see, what else do we need to do? We need to put on our little... So the dies come with these little, I call them hole reinforcers. I don't know what you call them. But so I already die cut a bunch of these in different colours for my class. So we'll grab one of these. Let's do the grey granite. And then we'll just put a little tiny, in fact I think I'll just put the glue on here. The glue will come out. Oh yeah, a little bit came out there. Just need a little tiny bit. And then maybe I can use my tweezers. Do you like to use tweezers? I love tweezers for these little fiddly things. And you can line them up. These tweezers are reverse tweezers. It took me a while to get used to using them. Right. That on there. And then I can put my boats on now. So we'll put my boat on. This glue is very strong, so you don't need very much. I don't want it to all squidge out from underneath. Put this on. I've got it kind of hanging off just a touch. I kind of like that. And then also with the glue, gives you a bit of time to move things around. I could use my tweezers here too, but that's all right. Just kind of position that. So fun, this set. I love it. And I've seen someone use this as like a golf, what do you call that? The golf, that's in the hole. What do you call that? I'm not a golfer, so I don't know all the golfing technical terms, but there's the pole that sticks in the... Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, it is. It can be used for lots of different occasions, I think. So, Oops. Let's get that. It's a bit wonky. Let's move that down a little bit. There you go. But anyway, for a golfing card, that would be fun too. All right, so I just need some, I'm going to thread a little twine through, and I'm using this fan baker's twine, and there's a couple of colours that work. There's the Night of Navy, and then there's that red and white, which is what I used on the other card. So we'll grab a little bit of the navy and just tie a quick bow. Carol says she used to have a big sailboat. I had an uncle that had a sailboat that I think I may have gone on when I was very little, but he died when he was quite young. I think he was a heavy smoker. He died, so, but I think I may have gone on it. So I'm just tying a little bow. Anyone else have a boat? We used to have an inflatable canoe. That's the extent of my sailing experience that we took with us on camping trips, and that was good fun. So let me just cut this. All right, now let's start assembling the card. So let me grab my card base and my mat layer. Now, these dies, I'll show you what I mean. This is, let me see. This is a regular card base. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And what you notice is when you put this die on here, it doesn't center, and that kind of bugs me. I think it may be because it's maybe for the European cards, which I know are a little bit narrower. So what I did is I just trimmed off the card base 1/8 of an inch, and then it fits much better. See how it centers much better now? And then I just made my mat layer a little bit bigger, and it's a bit of a funny size. I don't have a ruler here. I forgot to bring one over, but I'll put the measurements. But I just made my mat layer just a little bit bigger. I can just use some liquid glue. But that way, it was kind of bothering me that the dies don't center in the middle, so I'll just trim a little bit off and no one will notice. And of course it'll still fit perfectly in the our envelopes. So that's that. And then we'll put this onto, oh, did I still use dimensionals? No. You could use dimensionals on this if you wanted. But yeah, I thought this would be a fun graduation card, wouldn't it? Sail away off to your dreams. I like quite a narrow mat around the edge like this. I think it looks very kind of course I'm a little crooked, but I think it looks quite elegant to do a nice narrow mat. But if you wanted to do it is a bit harder to line up. If you wanted to do a wider one, you can. All right, now let's stick this on with some dimensionals. Grab some here. Now, if you would like to get a set of these cards to make, you just have to place a $30 order. Let me put one more in the middle, I think. And I will send you a set of 6 cards. So you'll get 2 of each design to make, and just for a $30 order. And then you get the cards for free. So that's a good deal, isn't it? Now, this set, this bundle, I think is like $31 or $32. So you could get this as your order. Let's just set that like this. You put that wherever you like. Is that straight? I think so. And then I've got these little tags. Had all these cut for my class too. My sentiment strip I've already done just to save a little bit of time. And then I cut these little tiny tags. These are using this punch, the Banners Picker Punch. And there's 2 different shapes. So I did this shape for this little piece, and then for the sentiment I did this one. So I'm just going to trim this down to quite short. Carol's there. You could still do it, Carol. I mean, I have demos that come to my class, and some place an order and some don't. So, yeah, it's a good deal for $30, isn't it? So let me put a little bit of glue on here. And again, I can use my tweezers to just tuck this underneath. Like that. And then this one, so a tip here is punch the end of your tag before you stamp your sentiment, because if you stamp it first, when you feed it into the punch, it's hard to see where your stamping is, and so it's hard to know where, you know, how much to cut off before you punch, and then you might have to keep punching to get closer and closer. So especially if you have a photopolymer stamp, it's much easier to punch the end and then do your stamping. And this is just embossed with white embossing powder. I did this to save a little bit of time. And then I'm just going to cut some off. You could do this with your trimmer, but I didn't bring my trimmer over, so I'll try and do it straight. Yeah, and then I'm just going to stick dimensionals on this end, because this end's going to stick on the actual tag. So just grab a couple of dimensionals, put those on. And then what else are we missing? Oh, the clouds. I've got to show you the clouds, how I did those. And then some embellishments, and then we're done. So I'm going to line this up. You can line it up with the edge of the matte layer or the edge of the card. I'm going to do it right with the edge of the card. I kind of like how that looks, and you can position it where you like. All right, so we're almost done here. So the clouds, do you see there's some cute little vellum clouds? What those are from are, let's see, this die set right here, the Brilliant Rainbows, which are also in the mini catalogue. And do you remember they had that cute celebration paper that matched? And then what I did was I took some vellum and I backed it with the adhesive sheets. Because as you know, with vellum, it's hard to adhere the vellum to your cards without the adhesive showing through the back. But if you use the adhesive sheets, it doesn't show. So I just already backed these and then die cut a bunch, and then I'll just peel that off, and then there's your vellum cloud, and you can't see the adhesive on the back. So I'm going to use my tweezers again and put some of these on. So I'm going to put one up here, kind of partially covering the seagulls, and then we'll put a couple more on. A little bit fiddly to remove the backing. Come on. All right. Okay, come on. Oh, there it goes. And there's two. Put this one maybe kind of hanging over the edge a little bit. And then one more. I can get it. Okay, come on, there we go. And we'll put this one, where should we put this one? Maybe right like that. Kathleen says she's a demonstrator and always buys my paper share. Yeah, you do. Yeah, lots of my team get my paper share too. So there's little clouds, and then I did put Wink of Stella on them. And let's see, I do have Wink of Stella. Let's do that quickly. I don't know if this is Be careful squeezing your Wink of Stella over your project, because sometimes it comes out in a big blob. I think this one maybe, I don't think anything's coming out. I'm kind of scared to squeeze too hard in case it comes out in a, yeah, I think this is one run out. But anyway, put some Wink of Stella on your clouds too to make them sparkly. And then the last thing is some embellishments, and I have some of these iridescent rhinestones. These are kind of fun because they iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. They're kind of fun because they kind of take on, they look, sometimes they look pink, sometimes they look blue. They kind of take on whatever color you put them on, so they're fine. The other embellishment you could use that's retiring, I don't know if they're still available, but are these holiday rhinestone basic jewels. They have a blue and a red in them, so those would be fun too. But these are retiring. I don't know, does anyone know if they're still available? I love these. I kind of bought some extra to keep because I love them so much, but just for my personal use. But anyway, we will do some of these little cute rhinestones. Maybe put a couple down at the bottom, maybe one right here, and then we'll do one here and right here. And there's the card. Cute, huh? What do you think? Do you like it? So, and again, I think this is great for all kinds of occasions, for anyone that loves the ocean or sailing. Father's Day is coming up. Make a, well, in a little bit. Mother's Day first, and then Father's Day. Make a great Father's Day card. Here's the red one. And you can do whatever colours you like. Thank you. Yes, I love it too. So again, if you would like to, this is the, in the mini catalogue. If you would like to get a set of 6 cards to make a kit, you'll get these 2 like this. You'll get 2 of these, a black one, a black and white one, and then a one to do your sponging and everything. That's the other one. And if you don't have the stamps like this one, actually would be quite easy. Everything die cut and everything ready to go, but you could definitely use another stamp set that you owned on this one. That would be easy. This one, you might have another large image that you could die cut maybe for this. And then the greenhouse card, I think, would be easy to, let's bring that over to, you zoom out a little bit. That would be easy also if you didn't have this. You could use one of your own in your own collection. So let me see if I can fit these in somewhat. So anyway, I hope you like the cards. So don't forget to come back next week because I'll be showing you products from the brand new catalogue. And thanks so much for joining me, and have a great rest of the week. I'll see you all soon. And sorry about the blip in the middle. I'll see you all soon. Bye, everyone.